My driving factor that's pushing me the hardest right now, being closer to my show, is the accountability. Knowing that I'm going to be on stage. I've told people that I'm going to be on stage. I told my coach I'm going to be there, my boyfriend, my friends, everyone that is pushing me and supporting and encouraging me along the way. I want to make them proud, and I want to make myself proud. When I verbalize my intentions and I say what I'm going to do, I need to act that out, and I need to actually do it. So I'm not so worried about placement. I'm worried about giving my best, because no matter what, I'm going to celebrate, and no matter what, I'm happy with myself and proud of how far I pushed myself. And if I gave 100% effort, that's what matters the most. So I got started in bodybuilding about 2 years ago in 2019. I was always an athlete and always loved to work out, and all of a sudden I just decided that I wanted to try something new and see my potential. And so I signed up with my team, Fit Body Fusion, back then, and loved the experience, and got started that year and did really well. So from there I decided that this is something I should actively pursue. For someone that's getting into bodybuilding for the first time, I really recommend finding your why and your reason for doing it. For me, I really wanted a confidence boost, and I wanted to see my potential and actually see how far my body could go. And from there, I fell in love with the sport. I fell in love with the mentality and how strong you are mentally and how much you're challenged. So that was my reason for wanting to do it. I also recommend for new people to find the right team and find the right support system. It makes a huge difference with who your coach is, the approach in bodybuilding, whether you're doing flexible dieting or meal-based. So it's really important to see what fits you and your lifestyle, and knowing if it's something that you can sustain for a long period of time, because it is a huge investment. Right now, I'm about 4 weeks out from Pittsburg Pro. I'll be doing Bikini Pro, and I will be doing 6 weeks after that. I'll be doing Dallas Europa, and so between those two shows, I'm going to have about 6 weeks in between. So I plan on doing a strong reverse into the next show. So it's going to keep me accountable for sure. So I would say when it comes to bodybuilding and my work as a healthcare professional, is definitely separated as far as like what I'm doing. I'm doing two different things, obviously, but my mindset is still the same. I still think the same way. I still think I need to wake up, train, get things done, just like I would when I go to work and I handle patient care. I think I have all these tasks in front of me. I need to get it knocked out so that I have more time to work on other things. So the mindset is the same, but the jobs are definitely different. So the gym for me is definitely a place where it's my social hour. It's where I don't really hang out with friends when I'm in prep. It's really hard to, because of the food tendencies and the temptations and everything like that. So the gym for me is a place for me to actually be myself and have friends that support that without temptations or anything like that, but also helping build my confidence in myself while I have friends here that support my hobby and that also uplift me by telling me, oh, you look great, you're looking lean, like you're almost ready, like you look amazing. So having that friendship and the support system here really makes a difference with my prep. Right now I do have a partner, Chris, that helps me with prep and helps me with my training. It really helps to have someone that holds me accountable and to also help me with the food aspect and the training aspect. It also helps the fact that we're both competitors, so he understands where I'm having to focus on my part and he's having to focus on his part. So we're both understanding of each other, very supportive. The dynamic is extremely loving and supportive right now, and I'm very appreciative of the support that I've gotten from him. We both have big dreams with this sport, so it really helps that we push each other. Whenever I wake up at 4:30 in the morning and I roll over and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this, he's the one that says, nope, this is what we signed up for, this is what we're doing, and I'm like, you're right, that's what I need to hear. So instead of me being offended or feeling like, oh, I really wish that you wouldn't say that, I am actually more motivated to get things done. My biggest struggle when it comes to bodybuilding is constantly looking internally in myself and trying to tweak or change something instead of embracing what I built. A lot of people are really big on congratulating you or encouraging you and letting you know, like, oh, you look great, you look like this, you look like that. But internally, we're always going to critique ourselves. So I will say that the biggest challenge with me personally, and maybe other bodybuilders too going through it, is really just that internal trying to work on yourself constantly to where you can't let that negative emotion manifest into what you really truly are. So between my work schedule and the gym, I actually have a pretty good time to put in work. So I work about 3 12-hour shifts a week at the hospital, and then I come here and do my workouts in between those days. On the days that I do work early, I wake up at 4:30 and get my workouts over between 5 and 6, and then I go to work at 7:30 or 7 o'clock. So I'm able to multitask and do a little bit of everything. With my work schedule, it makes it a lot easier to do everything at once. So my preps usually are about 12 weeks long, depending on my shows and how lean I am, but they're roughly about 12 weeks. In the very beginning, I'm extremely motivated and I'm ready to cut and I'm ready to look lean. Mid-prep is when I start feeling the mental struggle because I see that it's going to take a little bit longer to lose. And then closer to the end is when I'm even more motivated because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, because I am 4 weeks out, I am pushing my hardest, and even though my calories are low, my cardio is high, my energy level is a little bit lower just because my carb intake is low, I still push, and I still know that me exerting more energy and burning more calories is going to shed more fat. So I see what I'm doing. It makes me more motivated, it makes me more inspired by myself and how strong I really am mentally, and it just pushes me that much further. So to the average person, you know, that doesn't really know much about prep, you are low in energy and you are going to feel it, but this is a time where you should be excited because this is a time where you're going to start seeing changes. My long-term goal with bodybuilding is to actively pursue this lifestyle to where it's sustainable, to where I'm actually reversing effectively to where I can maintain leanness while also eating more calories. That's my goal for my personal lifestyle, but my goals for bodybuilding is actually to step on the Olympia stage. I want to work as hard as I can and put in 100% effort just so I can get to that stage. I think that is the biggest thing on my list right now. When it comes to Olympia, like, I would love to win, of course, but just being on that stage is so fulfilling, and knowing that out of all the girls you were actually qualified. So that's definitely something that I admire. My driving factor that's pushing me the hardest right now, being closer to my show, is the accountability. Knowing that I'm going to be on stage. I've told people that I'm going to be on stage. I told my coach I'm going to be there, my boyfriend, my friends, everyone that is pushing me and supporting and encouraging me along the way. I want to make them proud, and I want to make myself proud. When I verbalize my intentions and I say what I'm going to do, I need to act that out, and I need to actually do it. So I'm not so worried about placement. I'm worried about giving my best, because no matter what, I'm going to celebrate, and no matter what, I'm happy with myself and proud of how far I pushed myself. And if I gave 100% effort, that's what matters the most.
So